500 at last. I mean, technically it happened like 2 days ago, but, you know, with the way YouTube is a little bit turbulent, wanted to make sure that number didn't go down. I think we're reliably over the threshold at this point. Now, in this day and age of YouTube, how big and important is 500 subscribers really? So a mystery milestone is kind of where we're at. And a mystery milestone deserves some mystery products to try out, right? But I thought it was worth pointing out that 500 subscribers means quite a bit to me. It's interesting because the Manly Battleships YouTube channel has existed essentially just as long as Manly Battleships itself. But of course, if you were looking at the channel back then, things were a lot different. And between early group members splitting off and us focusing mostly on live content, the creative vision has really shifted a lot over the years. Probably one of my biggest regrets as a creator is not turning more ideas back when we first started into video format. In a lot of ways, that's kind of been discouraging. We really didn't start experimenting again until a few years ago, and we're still constantly experimenting with what we want to do. These days, the channel is a lot more a personal reflection of my kind of creative ambitions. So a lot of times it feels like I'm trying to play catch up with both myself and the rest of YouTube. Which is why, yeah, 500 subscribers doesn't even register on the modern charts, right? So maybe even that rather modest goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year is still kind of a pipe dream. But 500 subscribers is definitely far from the worst case scenario that I pictured when I threw that out there. Baby steps. And in at least one sense, you could say that it's I don't want to call it an advantage, but you could say that it's a silver lining. Since the audience is still relatively small, it also means we haven't been kind of cornered into any particular type of content. We cover a couple of different bases, and they're bases that I am comfortable working in at the moment. Whether it's the 45-second reviews, whether it's YouTube Shorts, whether it's the Let's Play content. At the end of the day, part of me is not sure exactly what direction is the best chance for success, but I'm still chasing that, and I'm glad that you guys are all here along for the ride. Speaking of which, enough long-windedness, let's try these things. The first one I'm going to try is the Fanta Mystery flavor. This came out kind of a while ago, it's just been sitting in my cupboard waiting. Okay, I'm reasonably confident that this is a cream soda, probably orange cream soda, kind of tastes like that. Funny story, most people don't know this, but for those of you who are familiar with our novelty soda kind of thing, Lollipop, the first run of Lollipop when we were just kind of passing it out as like a gag gift in the early days was a cream soda. The reason for that was because we lacked confidence that people would actually like cherry soda. It wasn't until a little bit later when we actually had a vendor that had a cherry soda that we found enjoyable that we were like, you know what, let's make the obvious transition since the opportunity has presented itself. The other one we have here is Mountain Dew's Voodoo 2022, specifically the zero sugar version, which is a nice change. I seem to recall that Mountain Dew doesn't always release a zero sugar version of stuff that they bring out. I feel like it's a little bit more inclusive when they do. Plus, it's nice to compare a zero sugar against a zero sugar. Okay, that's just Sour Patch Kids. That's what that smells like. Yeah, it's basically it's basically Sour Patch Kids flavor. I have a feeling that the full sugar version will definitely be better. The zero sugar version, I can tell what they're going for, but it also feels almost like watered down. Mountain Dew has a weird track record of balancing out sweetness levels when they make a zero sugar or a diet version of stuff. I'm convinced that the formula changed between Diet Baja and Baja Blast Zero when they brought out the new branding for it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's the same thing. I don't think it was the same thing, because when Diet Baja first came out, I was convinced that it was like perfect, was the perfect diet soda. Between the two, I think that this one is definitely the better option. I feel like I talked longer than I meant to, but I really did want to get this video out to thank you guys so much for being with us all this time, or so little time. I know a lot of people have kind of subscribed to the channel in the last couple months, which has been very gratifying. And I really hope that you keep watching our content and let us know how you feel about it, because really, you're the only determiner we have for what we think of as success here. The team at Manly Battleships is thankful, I am thankful, and it would be so cool if you could also, if you haven't already, hit subscribe, ring that little bell so you see our content right when it comes out, and maybe even share some of our videos with your friends. I hear there's some funny clips in there somewhere. Maybe, just maybe, some of the people you know would like our content too. That's all I got, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.